Shut the fuck up, Connor. I had to say it at the exact moment. Okay. Shh, 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 shh. It's nearly 10 o'clock. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the super informative podcast. This week, I'm joined today by my co-hosts, Joseph Cotton,
Good evening.
Akshay,
Hi.
Connor,
What's up?
Mr. Bob Lamb,
Ram Pandani.
and of course, myself. So
Yeah.
this week we're gonna be doing a topic which I think Connor's picked out, but should be a good topic. It's on movies.
I did.
So Connor, do you want to maybe run us through the topic? What's general vibes? What's this gonna be about?
Well, basically, we're gonna just be talking through each of our favorite movies or TV shows of like a specific genre or I guess situation. So, for example, I'd say things like what's your favorite? I don't know. What's your favorite romance movie? What's your favorite? What's another kind?
What's your favorite
Fantasy movie?
rom-com?
Horror
Yeah,
movie.
What's your favorite
Comedy.
rom-com?
Action.
What's the worst TV show ever made? And you can't really. It's Friends, but yeah.
Dude, you've insulted like a billion people. Half of the
Well, too
world,
bad.
probably.
I don't like it. Okay, so let's just start off with our first one, which is what is your favorite action movie? So
Yo,
Well, hang on. Wait.
I know
Can I-
exactly. Yo,
Can I preface this by saying I fully don't watch a lot of movies, so
That's
for
fine,
most
that's
of these
fine.
I won't have an opinion.
it's fine.
Whereas someone
I
like,
have my opinion.
whereas like, can we just say what you guys all watch movies pretty religiously, especially you, I'd say, right? You watch a lot of action, like superhero movies, right?
No, I just watch everything.
I
It's
watch-
just not
Really?
I just watch everything. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I watch a lot of movies. I'm just really fucking bad at remembering the names. Like, I'll have a good movie for everyone. I just won't be able to remember the names.
So,
enough,
so you're
yeah.
just gonna be,
I'm
the guy.
I'm just
with, like,
dumb.
the one,
Yeah.
with the one with the where they do the thing.
it was.
No.
It's like when the
Describes
Nah.
extremely generic storyline.
When they
Oh,
Yeah,
that
it was
reminds
the-
me of when the
When they kiss.
Yo,
yeah.
that reminds me of when the
I think this joke has already ran way too long. I think we need to
we've
stop.
gone too long. We're gonna lose retention here.
okay,
Yeah.
Akshay.
Yeah.
What
I have
would
mine.
what would you say is your favorite action movie?
Oh, Die Hard.
Boom.
Die
One-
Hard.
What does
Oh,
it say?
Wow, no one
Boom.
expected
Die
that.
Hard.
Oh my
That's
god,
it.
I think I
That's
ripped my hip flexors or something. That actually Ow.
Well, it
Oh,
was worth
shit.
it. It was worth the reveal.
Oh no, he's gonna die hard.
He's gonna die very rough.
Very nice.
Yeah, so
Um,
Die Hard, yeah, for me Die Hard for sure.
Why?
So-
I've never watched Die Hard. What is
Yeah,
it about?
I just think it's a combination of everything.
I know-
Romance.
I
It's
know-
a Christmas feel good film, you know?
It's
Isn't
a
it very
Christmas film.
self-explanatory?
Sorry?
It's a Christmas film.
I've never
It-
heard someone
of
sit
course,
down
it's anything.
at Christmas and be like, "Yo, let's watch Die Hard."
The thing is,
Hard.
the
Can,
thing
can I
is,
just say something? It's a family tradition. We watch it every Christmas Eve.
Okay.
I actually have heard
So
that
it's,
it
it's
is
a
a
Christmas
Christmas
movie
film.
to you.
Is
It's
it
a-
religious?
Wow.
Because
Never mind.
I think it's starting to get religious. I think it's getting out of hand almost because my
How is
aunt
it-
can she knows every single line
Line.
practically. It's pretty annoying, but I mean, what can you do when it's a good movie? I guess.
But how is it a Christmas film? Is it
So
in-
essentially,
during
because-
Christmas? Is it?
Yeah, it's set during Christmas in California. I just think it's a mixture of everything, and the action scenes. It's just the badasses. How half the amazing, so many different catchphrases have come from it. I can't think of it at the top of my head, but
Mhm.
I mean, there have been.
I see. I see.
I'm glad you mentioned
know,
that one. Then
Yeah, I feel you.
yeah.
I just think. Yeah,
So
I
it's
just think
like
it's really
it
good,
was
yeah.
like the. It's like when the It's like when.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
funny,
Mm.
Joe.
Yeah, we're gonna stop doing that.
We're gonna stop that joke. Okay, Bob,
What was
Wait,
wrong with
d-
that one?
Have we finished the Die Hard joke, the Die Hard storyline?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
pretty
so
much.
Bob, do you have a favorite action
Yeah.
film?
Favorite action film. It's the same situation with Joe. It's like I don't really watch a lot of movies, but I do get a lot of influence from my brother because he watches a lot of movies from time to time. He watches everything, like he has to finish all of it. So and goes very in depth, so he just knows everything about it. But if I had to choose something off the top of my head, it would probably be Endgame or Infinity War because my favorite character is Iron Man. Like the top of my head.
I'd probably
So-
agree
Of
with that.
course, it's
Something-
Iron Man. Of course, it's Iron Man. Who else?
We've
would it
course
already
it's Iron Man.
touched upon this. We've already
Lamb.
touched upon this in like the technology episode, I think.
be?
Yeah.
It has to be Iron Man.
Shout out to
Jeez,
technology
so
episode.
sick. But to be honest, like shout out to like Thor, or like shout out to like Captain America, man. He's like godly now.
They're not
Hey,
real
hey.
people. They're not going to hear this.
Yeah, they're just tweeting at us from Twitter, like,
So-
"Hey, thanks Akshay for shouting us
Next-
Thanks
out."
for
on
the shout
your-
out, guys.
on your
Next,
podcast.
next you're gonna say next you're gonna say like next you're gonna
It's
say
gonna be in the
Santa's not
credits
real.
of the next Marvel film.
Yeah, it's
I was
like
thinking-
the super informative
Very special
podcast
guys.
in brackets Akshay for shouting us out.
No, that's it. That's the entire credits.
They
guys
first
were
like
saying it-
finish the military, and then they go to me.
You guys
yeah,
are
of course.
saying it as if they need more exposure from us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
Like,
they
it's
were
like
up
it's
and-
Thank you for shouting us out from your podcast.
To
about
us shouting them out is actually going to
100
help their
views.
career
Yeah.
Yo, we popping.
Yeah, combined.
in total.
But
You guys have been doing it for 6 months. It's been like 100 views.
personally, I'd probably have to agree with Bob, but not for the same reason. It's because Marvel was always like such a big thing throughout our childhood. It was like something that started before we were born and has continued all the way. Wait, did it start before we were born?
Not MCU.
No, it didn't.
No,
Okay,
well,
well,
I
we
think
were,
I think the
like,
first
two.
one was like
okay, so it was
2004.
around. It was around.
2008.
Yeah, we were, like,
Iron Man
one
was
or
the first
two.
one.
It was around for the majority of my childhood that
Iron
I
Man was the
remember.
first movie.
Oh, but the comics were around.
Comics
Yeah,
were
but
way
I mean,
back then.
I mean the MCU because I was never super into comics. But
Yeah, so MCU was 2008 Iron Man.
like watching the climax of this
Sorry.
massive saga, sort of. That's why it's the best
Iron
because it's a really good
I-
action film, but also this.
I haven't watched the majority of them.
I
Like,
know.
I still haven't watched Endgame or Infinity War.
Me and
or
Connor with our
probably most of
did
the
you know-
Iron Man movies.
me and Connor with our friend Geordie once did a Marvel movie marathon where I think we got through 18 of them in a day or in 2 days.
We got
That's
one
good.
except for Infinity War.
Well, I think we watched
How-
we didn't
how
get
many
we
hours
di-
did you spend there?
oh we spent too many, Joe. I think we woke up at one point and we're like, okay, the movie's done. Let's put on Thor: The Dark World and then sleep through it because it's that bad. Like it counts that we've watched it.
The
Did-
first two were not just not.
Didn't you spend like 2 hours trying to figure it out, Connor? Because you downloaded the Spanish version of the movies.
Oh, shut
Did
up.
you really?
No, I downloaded the Spanish version of it.
No habla español. No, wait.
This was like 2 hours before we had to go and watch Endgame, which is why we were doing the marathon. And Connor goes, guys, the Infinity War I downloaded, it's in Spanish. And then to download the English
Hey.
version would have taken like an hour, so we wouldn't have enough time.
Exactly.
So good. That's so funny.
Exactly.
Did you just watch it in Spanish?
No, we just didn't watch it.
No, we just
Ryan, you're sitting there in a Spanish hat.
Yeah, but Geordie doesn't speak Spanish. Me and Connor weren't even in our first
Doesn't
year
matter.
learning Spanish.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter. You gotta start them early.
We're
Joe, how
sorry.
can I watch a Spanish movie if I didn't speak Spanish yet?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta
Exactly.
start
No,
early,
shut
man.
up. You're wrong.
Facts.
Okay, Connor, favorite action movie.
Okay, honestly, like with me, like it's between like two things. It's either one of the John Wick films because like they're just dope. Like
Which one? Which one?
it's either I actually really like two.
I quite like 3.
I sort of like
I
three.
haven't
but
seen 3.
So for those of you who
three's
don't know,
good. Like they're all
Yeah,
really
you
good. But I
watched
like two.
the John Wick series is basically just about a really good
The
assassin.
guy.
Yeah.
He's- a dude that gets mad because his dog gets killed.
And
I
then he
mean,
just,
but like, dude, his life was shit.
he's just a really good killer,
Yeah.
basically.
Exactly. And it's either between those John Wick films or Mad Max Fury Road. I'm probably.
I thought you were
leaning
saying-
more towards
I
God.
forgot
Fury
about
Road.
Tarantino. I forgot about Tarantino when making this decision. I
Oh.
just realized.
No,
So
for
which
me-
Tarantino
me,
film
like,
would you have picked?
Mad...
For action,
Bill.
I loved Reservoir Dogs. I loved Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
I've
I
never
thought that was.
seen
I really liked it.
Reservoir
was
Dogs
like-
was good.
Yeah.
Connor, you have to choose Mad Max though, because you genuinely spent about 3 years of your life.
Oh no,
Talking about Mad Max.
now that I'm thinking about it, I'd say Mad Max just because like it's just such like a unique setting, and also
think-
because the entire almost all of the film wasn't done with CGI. So like, and you don't really notice it because like a lot of the film, so many action films today are done with CGI. You don't really notice a difference. But when you watch like a film of like that budget with like those sort of like real effects, you like see like you realize the difference and how much like things just feel so much more real. Like when a car blows up,
Yeah.
it's, like
Actually
blowing
blew up.
Yeah, like
Fair
it's,
enough. Yeah.
it's just immersion, you know.
I mean, I didn't really
That's
see the
actually so
appeal
true.
for Mad Max. It was kind of
You and your bloody immersion.
it kind of bored it
Pardon?
bored me a little.
I mean, fair enough. I just think with the action genre, I just think it's, I don't know. I just think it's just like it's become really weird now. I was gonna say that like everything is the same, but now that you bring up like Mad Max Fury Road, I do realize that there is a difference in like what the archetype like or like the traditional action film would be like Die Hard, for example, compared to now like Mad Max. And like, would you consider like Inception or like Tenet action films?
Inception was they were action films.
See, like it's I think like I just think that it's hard to like confine these genres. Like I it's hard to put like parameters
like,
around these
what,
movies
What defines itself as an action film?
because I feel like
Yeah.
everything just crosses over. I think the superhero genre
good
in itself
point.
has
That's a
become
good
something
point.
new.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
you
gonna
know,
ask
but,
like, does Lord of the Rings count as an action movie?
I think anything
does.
action's sort of like a wider genre, and then there's different small subgenres within it.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I think like fantasy and superhero movies and heist movies would all be separate subgenres.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. I just think it's weird now. I like at least now, but I think back in the day when I seen like 80s movies,
Back
it's
in
I
the
think
day.
it's like I think it's clear like the definition between action, between comedy, and between romance. Now everything is just cohesive and everything is just so like it just flows.
It's
really well.
interconnected.
Yes,
Is that a good thing though? Because if you sit down and you go, I want to watch an action movie, and it's got too much romance,
It's gonna throw
you're not
you
gonna
off.
love that. But then if you want to watch a romance movie, it's got too much action, you're not loving that either. Is
But
it?
then,
What kind
but
of
then
action?
if
Bob now.
but then if you're not really in the mood to commit to a single genre, it could be really good.
that is
Yeah,
true.
I
That
think-
is true.
I think that's
But I
just
think-
the
Shout
discussion
out
in
to
general.
commitment issues.
I think that's also because we've gotten older and like there's more like the stuff that we're watching is becoming more and more
Mm.
like complex.
I
Yeah.
know what
just
I mean?
think, do you think it's also
Oh, are
like
you
a
sounding
business
edgy
strategy?
now?
I think it may be also like a business strategy. I think they're just trying to cater it to everyone.
Well, I think they're
Like
trying to get
superhero films.
they're trying to gather a bigger demographic so that they can get more watchers. If
Fair,
you're
yeah.
looking at it from a business,
Yeah, I
standpoint.
think I think that's what they
Racks.
I think that's what they did with the superhero films. They like put so much comedy in Thor Ragnarok and Guardians of the Galaxy that it brought in a whole new audience.
Well, I think a lot of that's
Ryan,
also
I'm glad.
So I
I'm
think-
glad. I'm glad you said exactly what Aksa just said, just with better terms. You like there was no difference between the two.
I think
Aksa said
What?
they're trying to appeal to more people, and you said, "Oh, actually, they're trying to grow. They're trying to expand their demographic." If you look at it from,
Dude, we need to
I'm
practice
just
our English, fam.
okay. Come on, Joe. Actually, I
Well,
think the
actually,
reason
look at it from a business point.
I'm
of
gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you.
view.
I think the
Bruh.
reason I think the reason Ragnarok was more comedy was mainly because of the director. So it's not like I don't think they planned
yeah,
for that.
fine,
I think
fair
it was just the director who was like, he knew what the people who watched it wanted, and he just like went for that.
Taika. Dude,
Yeah.
he's a genius. He's a genius now. With all his
Maybe we
movies
should
and
move on
stuff.
to the second
That sort of brings us. Yeah. that
second
brings us
one.
to our our
Oh,
second. Our
Damn,
second
did me and
Comedy.
Connor just try and do a
Comedies.
transition at the same time?
Dude, we're like pretty much the same
In
person. now.
sync. Okay, maybe not the
No,
same person.
Maybe we're
Because-
soulmates.
I need to
Maybe
grow.
we're
I need to
soulmates.
grow a little bit before we were the same person.
You should
Yeah,
kiss.
good point.
So
No.
best comedy movie.
Yeah, what is your favorite comedy film of
I
all
think the
time?
best comedy movies are the ones that me and
That's
Connor
a
made for
fun.
class in the past few years at school. They're the
If
best.
you haven't
They're
seen,
so
okay, I have to
funny.
say something about comedy movies because I watch an abundance of them with my dad and my brother when we're having dinner. Just have
Mhm.
one on all the time. It's either if I had to, there's two that I really really like and I watch religiously. It's called Superhero Movie and it stars Drake Bell.
Oh my
Um,
god, I saw
It's
that. Yeah.
it's so good. It's so funny. It's just it makes me laugh all the time.
That's
And
like
then
a
there's
scary movie
also-
type. Yeah, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, it's something like Scary Movie, but it's called
It's just a
Superhero
spoof.
Movie.
It's a spoof of superhero
yeah,
movies.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the second one is The Naked Gun, which has nothing to do with Naked Gun.
I think I've heard of that.
It stars this old guy and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. There's like a series, hilarious. That's why I would suggest those two. It's like yeah.
Can I think I have one that I think I feel like a lot of people like follow. I think it's like super bad.
I've
I just think that that's a
Fair. That's fair.
I think that's a I just think that sort of Jonah Hill, I think that Seth Rogen, I feel like these type of guys have sort of I don't know. I just like when I think of comedy, I think of them. And I just think like these type of movies are like just comedy in itself, like captures the essence of comedy, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Wait, I completely missed what you're talking about. What?
super
It's
bad.
a movie called Super Bad.
Oh, okay.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
I thought you just
Superbad.
said. I thought you said like the movie is super bad, like the movie that Bob was talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, what the
Hey,
hell? are you
Bob,
talking
I
about?
know you like that film, but it's fucking trash.
It's
Like, take that comment back.
dude, the movie is super bad. Okay.
Honestly, I'd say that my favorite comedy film like is probably Borat. Like
Oh,
fair,
I
yeah.
haven't watched the second one actually. I'm still to watch the
Yeah.
second.
Word.
I haven't finished the second one. I started it.
You watched Borat 4 times.
It's
You know,
short.
I actually
I've watched.
didn't
Borat,
watch
like,
the
4
second
times.
one by myself because I thought, you know what, I'll save it so I can watch it with all my friends. And then 2 days later, after it came out, all my friends started going, "Oh, I've watched it. I've watched it by myself." Actually, I went, "Thanks, boys. I really
And I
appreciate
haven't
it."
watched it.
Oh,
So
Mr.
funny.
Lamb. I guess it's a
It's
date then.
so
Me and you,
funny.
Borat too.
You can tell how excited Bob is. Oh no, he
Yeah.
actually is
Hey,
excited. Never
he
mind.
started grinning
Yeah, why
cheek to
would I
cheek.
not be excited? What the hell?
And then I'd say like a good mention is like I honestly like in terms of like films I think of when I think of like funny films that I've watched, like it's either Borat or Zombieland. Like
Yeah, that's what I was
I-
thinking. Something like
Fair enough,
Zombieland. Yeah.
Zombie.
like just like
Yeah, that's funny.
like personal preference.
Have you seen
Like, when
part two?
I first watched
Sorry.
no, not yet.
No, sorry.
Even though it came out like years ago.
It came out. No, it came out a year ago or this year.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like when I watched it when I was like we must have been like 14 or something. Like I just remember like there is nothing funnier than this film. Nothing
It
could
was
ever
pretty
come out-
funny though.
There's nothing that could come out that is better than this film. This is like the peak of comedy.
But that's like
Oh,
the comedy in that is just so
Wait,
dumb.
I forgot one.
What?
Zoolander.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh.
saying.
I forgot about
It's just
Zoolander.
it's just like it's the perfect comedy for a 14-year-old because it sounds smart, but it's really just not.
Dude, no,
at all.
Zoolander is so good.
It's so dumb.
No, Zoolander,
Oh my God.
Zoolander made me like die.
can I?
I know
can
because
can
I know because for years after watching that movie, you did the Zoolander pose in every single picture.
Literally.
What is it called? What is it
Every
called?
picture.
Blue
Blue-
Steel.
Blue
Steel.
Steel.
Blue Steel. Yeah.
Give
Yeah,
us a blue
no.
steel then, Connor.
I'm not doing it.
Dude,
Why
give
not?
it. Come on, give us a Blue Steel.
Not for the public. Not for the public.
Wait, can I mention two more? Just like two more. I'm
Go.
sorry, I forgot. Okay, this is all what I saw when I was like pretty much 8. 21 Jump Street and White Chicks.
No, 21
White
Jump
Chicks
Street
in
is
general?
good. 21 Jump Street is
21
good.
Jump Street is
And
21 Jump
I've
Street.
Yeah.
I've
Wait,
heard of White
Wait,
Chicks,
White
but I
Chicks
haven't
are
seen it.
like
funny?
Caucasian
It's
females.
Oh, I've
No,
heard
it's-
of White Chicks.
it's a movie.
It's extreme. It's
I got
it's
that,
it's.
actually.
I don't think if you made this in like
Anytime.
in this day and age, it would not survive at all. It's extremely like culturally insensitive.
It's fucking
Stuff like that.
weird.
For sure, dude.
It's two black guys who paint themselves. Or what do? They get like cosmetic
White.
surgery or something and like make themselves
Yeah,
look like
to
white females.
dress up as white girls,
And they're like
Oh.
proper
And
it works.
pale white.
and it.
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no.
and they like
film
seduce
called?
Terry Crews.
What? No, they don't even try. They unintentionally to seduce Terry Crews.
No,
Yeah.
no.
It's
What's
that
the
movie,
what's
Connor's
the-
in
what's the
amazement that
film
this
called where he
hasn't
gets,
gotten somebody cancelled.
I think he's in amazement that this movie exists. Like Connor, have you seen it?
No.
You need to watch it.
What
It's
were you saying,
hilarious.
Joe?
What's the
Yeah.
film called where the guy teaches the other guy how to be in jail, but he's never been in jail?
Oh,
Get Hard.
the one
that's,
with-
that's a good
Yeah.
film.
Will
Kevin
Ferrell
Hart and Will
Yeah,
Ferrell?
that was good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
It's
was good.
really funny.
You
I
move
think
right
Will
along, dude.
Ferrell. I think Will Ferrell's one of the funniest actors alive. He's so.
Oh my god, have you
funny.
guys seen? Have you guys seen the other guys?
I've never seen other guys. I've just
I
seen you
think
guys.
I've heard of it.
Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg team up.
Uh,
It's mad.
Bob is exclusive only to us. He's never seen other guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good boy.
he's a loyal one. That one.
Michael.
Good lad. Good lad.
Dude, he stays loyal. He stays loyal.
Are we allowed to talk about TV shows yet?
Oh yeah, you can bring up a comedy TV show. if you
Because
want.
I think genuinely my favorite TV show is good if I knew the name of it. Big Bang Theory. It's the only TV show that I've sat by myself and watched the whole thing and like binged the whole thing.
fucking
That's your
loner.
favorite TV show?
It's so
I-
funny.
I don't
It's
know.
so funny.
I used to
wait,
like it a lot.
I
Like-
recall one of the things that Joe has told me, but I'm not sure if I can say it.
Okay, if you're
It's
not
actually
sure,
about the
then
same
probably don't say it.
Don't say
Probably
it.
Don't. It involves other people. Like
No, don't.
Oh,
no.
No,
don't.
We're not gonna bring.
Don't.
Not gonna bring it up.
okay.
But
I-
it was,
I-
it's the
I think-
only thing. It's the only thing that I've like binged,
Really?
and it's
Halfway.
so good because
I
it
think-
appeals to my nerdy side.
I think comedy TV
enough.
shows are probably one of the hardest things to pull off.
Mm.
Because like a lot of TV
Yeah,
shows, like
successfully, yeah, that is true.
Wait for Connor to pop off about Friends again.
a lot of a lot of TV shows like try and incorporate comedy into it, which they do successfully, obviously. But if you try and do a specific show which is just be funny, it's like really
Yeah.
fucking hard to do. Connor,
Yeah, no,
your
but
cue.
that's the
What's
thing
what's
about-
the worst comedy TV show, Connor?
Friends, hands down. Have you?
Dude, I
like-
don't think you can do
dude,
that, man.
No, I
No, I
can't.
think
I
he
can't say
can.
that, and I perfectly am allowed to say that.
Fine.
Friends is
Fine.
boring. I remember sitting down in like when I was 12, and like my friends were like, "Oh my god, watch Friends! Like,
Your
you have
friends.
Netflix, watch Friends." And I was like,
Okay.
"Okay, I'll watch Friends." And I sat down, like, "What is this? Like, what they're saying isn't funny. When they say something funny, like it everything is just amplified by the fact that there's like an audience
Mm.
behind laughing. Like,
Yeah,
it's just like
I mean,
I
that
was
is true.
genuinely just thinking about that about Big Bang Theory because they have that as well. And
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons. I think that's one of the reasons why I liked it so much is because when I
you didn't
laugh
feel
at
alone
things-
laughing.
No. When I laugh at things, but like when I watch things by myself, like if I'm looking at a meme, I don't laugh out loud.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
But it
It's
also
like-
feels really weird because I'm like, dude, that's really funny, but I'm not laughing out loud. So like hearing other people laugh makes me
So when-
feel better because then I'm not laughing alone. Exactly
That's
right.
very
Essentially what I'm
lonely.
saying is I'm really just
No, no,
lonely.
so
I
when-
can't believe
when
I was
I'm
correct.
really
watch-
lonely.
Like, when I
Someone
watch
please talk to
TV
me.
shows-
it's
I'm so
been so
lonely.
long.
Yeah,
I'm
Bob,
ne-
what are you saying?
Oh! It's like when you watch a TV show, especially for me, like when I want to tell someone about it, it's like, oh, it's really good. It's like, oh, it's really funny. But then I don't realize that it's like it's actually really not funny. It's just in my head that's funny. Like what Joe said about it's funny in my head, but I'm not laughing out loud.
yeah.
Like if it's funny enough to be laughing out loud, then that's funny to me. But if it's just like when I get it,
Oh yeah.
then like it's just funny exclusively to me.
So you're a
Fair enough.
psychopath.
So I no.
Oh,
So I'm just lonely.
I have one that I stand by forever,
Friends.
and it is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah, you talk about that all the time.
Brooklyn,
A lot
Brooklyn
of
Nine-Nine.
people-
is really
I'm
my
gonna be
favorite.
honest.
I think
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is actually a really good show. It's funny.
I think
Never watched
it is the
Watched
perfect
it.
comedy. It
I
pulls
can't
off
watch
I'm
solely
shows.
being funny.
I'm gonna say that I think Big Bang Theory is funnier, but Brooklyn Nine-Nine is definitely funny as well.
But Big Bang Theory is like just like everything is funny about it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not the funny isn't in like the jokes that they say, it's in the people kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's in the interactions between the people. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
the
I think
way-
it just depends on the person.
It's like the
I think-
character design.
Yeah, I think the characters are really well put together, and I think their stories have
Yeah.
like mesh pretty well together.
Mm.
Well, they don't mesh
That's what I'm
well together,
saying.
and I think that's what makes it funny. They're so like they have enough.
awkward. It's like
Yeah,
very
Yeah, they've
but
got
that's
enough-
the whole point.
Yeah.
That's the
Mm.
whole point. The comedy isn't
Yeah.
completely reliant on what they say or the actual written jokes. It's
Mhm.
always going to be funny because the characters and their interactions between each other are always funny.
Mm.
Fair
you know
enough.
what I mean?
Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
Like even if they're just talking, it's always funny because their interactions are just so
Yes,
awkward and
Ryan.
so funny.
I think
Yes,
the
Ryan.
funniest TV show that I've ever seen. I grew up with it. Probably the best.
Horrible Histories.
South Park. Why the fuck would I say
Oh
horrible
Oh my
history?
god!
What?
Yes,
Jeez.
yes,
Bro.
Ryan. Yes.
South Park is
Yes.
basically a big fuck you to anybody who gets offended by jokes, and I fucking love it.
South Park. South Park.
Because it's not like rude, it's not like it's specifically rude to a specific like
Oh yeah. Okay. That's
group
true.
of people. It's rude to
I
fucking
thought you were gonna say
everyone.
It's not specifically rude.
It's not
but-
rude.
sort of
It's
just-
like
it's sort
it's
of
kind
just-
of mild stuff, you know.
No, I think I'm fairly certain.
I just think it's
just-
for you. It's mild, right?
I'm aware.
No, I don't. I think it's just if you're sensitive, then just don't watch anything
If you're
online.
if you're sensitive, don't watch anything, but specifically maybe avoid South Park. Like it's probably a good bet
Yeah.
for you.
Because I remember watching the first episode and like
Anal probe
whoa.
episode.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what? The, like that's the first thing I
Hartman gets
saw.
an anal probe.
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
You know
That
the
was
best.
good. It was yeah.
The
Hartman
best
is 8.
episode. No, the best episode is when. Have you watched the one where he freezes himself?
Which one?
No, I watched
Where
the
he-
one with the
Oh, when he
iPhone,
tries to
so
go
he,
into the
like- he, like-
future.
Yeah, he freezes himself so he doesn't have to wait for the Nintendo Wii to come out, and then
Yeah.
he like goes like 400 years into the future.
I think
Into like an intergalactic war, but he just wants the Nintendo Wii.
I think my
Wait,
favorite
guys,
one.
what about
would-
Rick and Morty?
No, Rick and
Mm.
Morty.
Rick and Morty's
It's
Rick and
good.
Morty's good, but it's just it's a lot of the appeal for me would be nostalgia, and seeing as I've been watching Big Bang Theory or South Park since I was a lot younger, it's they're
I feel
they're
like
probably
I feel like
closer
for
for me.
me, Rick
Fair,
and
fair, fair.
Morty's isn't funny specifically. It's not like I would sit there and laugh at Rick and Morty. I feel like it's just like a good thing to have on.
Bad.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
Like
totally
if,
good. Yeah.
like the way that we used to treat Rick and Morty was like we used to go over to Geordie's house and
Just
we
play
would-
Rick and Morty.
yeah, and
And
play Rick
laugh.
and Morty, but we would have a conversation as we were watching Rick and Morty. It's kind of just like background noise almost. Like it's good if you're not part of a conversation. You can just sit, like I often was, because as we've established, I'm lonely. I would just sit and watch Rick and Morty while everyone else had fun.
Mhm.
So that's kind of what it was for me.
Damn,
I don't
that's
really know
that's like
about
a
you
really
guys.
sad backstory of a
Yeah.
supervillain or something. That's like Rudolph's backstory.
It's, oh my god,
Rudolph.
guys! One day Santa will put me at the front of the sleigh.
He will. I know he exists.
I know it. Okay.
I mean, maybe
Huh?
maybe
Like, I know that's
moving.
pretty sad. Yeah, I think it's pretty sad. And what about some sad movies?
Oh, that was a better transition than what I was gonna do.
Nice
Whoa, that was
Dude, I
that
think
was a
I-
transition.
Ooh.
That was good.
Ryan,
That was
where's
good.
my segue? Because I'm good at transitions.
Damn, he's on it.
Hey.
Yeah, I know for a fact that was
So
trash because Connor
You're
just looked at me
fired.
like, what is yeah,
You're
exactly.
fired.
Poor.
Um,
Get him out of
sad. This kind of the one that I'm about to suggest also sort of fits into the underrated movies category. It's this movie called Chronicle. Has anybody seen it?
I think I might have heard of it before.
It's
No.
it's this it's this movie about a kid who's like abused from a young age, and he records pretty much the entire film from this one handheld camera. And him, his cousin, and his cousin's friend get like telekinetic superpowers, and it like sort of it's the movie timeline is just him slowly losing his mind, becoming more powerful than his friends, and eventually like becoming like a supervillain or
Oh,
whatever.
I think I've seen this one before. One of the
Yeah,
ads was like a
What's it
him
called
on
again?
a car and
Chronicle.
crushing the
Chronicle.
car. Is that
Chronicle. I didn't realize Michael B. Jordan was in this. I never realized that he actually was in this.
Michael Jordan was in it?
Michael
B.
Jordan was in
Michael
it.
B.
Oh,
Jordan.
Michael B.
Michael B.
Jordan.
Oh,
The other one.
You need to specify that.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah,
we've come
I mean,
to a
that was
time
pretty
where
sad.
Michael B. Jordan is now more famous than Michael Jordan. That's insane.
Are you?
I still think that's debatable, but you know,
Well, seeing
think
as you just said Michael Jordan, and we all thought of Michael and Mike.
The basketball player.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Take your
I.
time, Ryan. Take your time.
Okay, shut up.
No, I'd
Brian,
say-
were you talking about the most underrated movie, or are you talking about?
No, I was saying
the-
that that's an underrated movie because I hadn't heard of it before. I watched this specific video which talked about it, and then after watching it, I was
I
like, "Damn,
hadn't-
that's actually fucking good."
I hadn't watched it before I watched it.
Wait, so is that
I hadn't-
an underrated film or is that a sad film?
That's both.
I hadn't
That's-
heard about it before someone
that's
told me
that's
about
an that's an
Oh.
underrated sad film.
I'd say with
Hmm.
me, like, it's between like two films. Like, it's either. Have you watched Good Will Hunting?
Yes, that's a good film.
gay one?
Oh,
I
wait,
have heard
what's
about.
this-
I've heard way
Good-
too much
Good
about
Will
it.
Hunting, like.
Bob, did
when
you
I
just
fir-
say the gay one?
That's Brokeback Mountain?
That's Brokeback
Oh,
Mountain.
it's just...
Please, please.
Fuck.
That's so good.
Yo, Goodwill Hunting. Wait, you mean the gay
Man.
one?
I know exactly what
only
film you were
remember
gonna say. I
I
know
mean,
exactly
I-
what film
I-
you were talking about too.
No, because you have to hear me out. Every single movie with three long words in it that make a really long sentence reminds me of like what's his name
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal kissing another guy, and then I'm just like, what?
Just any
English
three
literature.
words.
Yeah.
No, I could
Any
be
three
like,
words.
I could be like, I am Connor, and then you're like,
Oh my god.
just like a flash in your head.
Dude, I have one that's like, yeah, it's extreme. I think it's really underrated, but also it just touched me. Like,
It touched you? Hey.
Wait.
Yeah.
it did
we need-
emotionally. It
okay.
did emotionally. So,
okay, thank
it's
you for
called Hotel
clearing that
Mumbai.
up.
Hotel Mumbai.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I that was the first movie I actually ever cried in. It was extremely sad. It
So,
What's it about?
did you start crying when it touched you, or was it after?
no, I think when it touched me, Joe. I think when it touched me, yeah. Okay,
was
no, but
brilliant.
for like Hotel Mumbai is about it was basically about the attacks that happened in a hotel in like
Mumbai.
a famous hotel in Mumbai. Yeah, and that killed a lot of people. It was a terrorist attack, and it just
Is
like
it based on a true story?
yeah, it was full on
Yeah.
true story, and I just think that was the first movie that just touched me. I need to stop saying it. You know, like just no. Actually, I'm doing this to myself. What am I doing?
Just to clarify, I'm not laughing at the movie about a terrorist attack. I'm laughing at actually saying touched me.
As you can tell, and it's funny,
You're
guys. Ryan is 18.
I-
He is the
I-
oldest out of all of us.
I'm mature as fuck.
I was just
Bruh.
laughing because I could feel Ryan just thinking, oh no, it's getting worse.
I was just looking at Joe slightly cover his mouth while smiling, like, no, stop it.
That's what I was
Oh my
thinking. I was watching you trying not to laugh. Oh my god.
And then you just have to go and say it again, actually.
Yeah, I don't know why I said it again.
every time, every
Yo.
time, every time he said something, it would get worse, and every time I would.
Oh my god.
Hey yo, Bob.
Yeah.
What's your favorite saddest movie?
My favorite sad movie. I don't know.
I think a pretty good
I don't
one
have
is a pretty
yeah.
good one's Up, right? Up's a sad movie.
Yo,
Oh, wait, okay.
come
So
on, that's
so
so good.
I have to differentiate between like because sometimes when I think of sad movies, it's more like it's a romance but sad movie. Like in the end,
I mean
it's
that still
very.
counts.
Like The Notebook.
Titanic.
That's literally what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
No, The Notebook was literally in my head. I was thinking, does that count as a sad movie? Because
Yeah.
it kind of does to me. When I first watched it, I felt really emotional. I felt really emotional. What?
What emotion was that, Bob? What emotion?
It didn't touch me.
Yo.
Oh no.
Bob.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh my
it,
god.
it didn't touch me, okay?
Oh no.
It didn't touch me the way that Hotel Mumbai touched. Okay.
Yo. Okay.
Connor's
we
really
can't-
uncomfortable right now.
we
No,
can't-
it's like, yo, come on, man.
But yes, the sad movie is The Notebook, and when I was a kid, Les Miserables.
Like the
What is
musical?
that?
Oh.
The movie with
Hugh Jackman.
Amanda
Hugh
Seyfried.
Jackman.
I'm Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
Hugh
I think
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
Hugh
completely
Jackman.
forgot Hugh
That was a
Jackman
good
in the
movie.
film.
That was
What
a good
the hell?
movie.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, Les Miserables and Coco. One
Oh.
part of Coco.
Which part?
The touching part.
The what?
The part where it's like
What kind of touching?
Yo, we gonna have to put a
Joe,
Coco
you're on
spoiler bit
a lot of-
you're on a different type of thing tonight.
No, I'm
no
really.
no.
I don't.
It's basic. No, not that touch.
It is also not that Coco. That
The
you're talking
emotional
about.
part.
The
Yeah,
emotional part.
emotionally touching.
Yeah.
You good. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's just like when I saw that the film was at that part. It was the kid singing a song that his grandma knows,
Oh, and the
and
grandma
it's just
was
like
dead.
wakes. Yeah, like the grandma was near death, and then he sang the
Oh,
song.
yeah, I know.
Like
that part.
jogged her memory. That's when I was like, oh, that's very, very touching.
Yeah.
Very emotional.
Yeah.
That's the only 3 films I would recommend as a sad film.
Oh no, another film for me. Have any of you watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
No.
That's such a long. Oh wait,
It's with Jim Carrey and what's her name? Titanic girl.
How can Jim Carrey be in a sad film?
Kate
No, that's-
Winslet. Is it Kate
Kate
Winslet?
Winslet. No, that's exactly why it's sad. It's like it's
Because he's insane.
no, it's the that film like broke me into pieces.
That's not very good.
When I watched that film, I was like,
What? Sorry, why did I just think of Connor being like a Lego man? Just
like when you die in like Lego Harry Potter.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
Drake drinking Sprite.
all of his blue pieces fall out.
Yeah, all of his coins.
Yeah, no, it's basically it's about like Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet, and they fall in love and stuff, and then they get into a fight, and there's this like technology where you can wipe your brain of like your significant other if it like hurts too much, and so basically
do that
he
for
does
Ryan?
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish. I think about that every day. But like as he's going to wipe his mind, he changes his mind like halfway through, but it's too late. And it's just him going through his memories as they slowly disappear with her.
Wow.
Like
Dude,
the
that's like
whole
Black
movie?
Mirror. That's like
Yeah,
some
like-
Black Mirror
yeah.
stuff.
It's like
That
a
is
whole
kind of like
movie
Black Mirror.
of him like going like just going through these memories with her and just watching them like slowly disintegrate and like
Oh, that's
I'm
awful.
no, and I'm
Dude,
just
Jim
watching it, I'm
Carrey
like,
does not. Jim
no
Carrey does not
way.
get enough credit for being like an amazing, like
Oh,
sort of
he's
like a
insanely
dramatic
good.
actor.
And dude, no, at
Like
the
Off
end,
the ring.
basically, it's because they both wipe their memories of each other. They meet again, like just by chance, and they they like greet each other exactly how they did, like
The first
When they
time.
first met.
yeah, when they actually met, and I'm just like, stop.
Damn, that
Wait,
really
who-
touched Connor.
Okay, Jim
Not a
Carrey.
lot.
Jim Carrey is an incredible actor. Him in The Grinch.
Oh, the
Grinch
fact that
again?
he could
The
just do
Grinch.
the face automatically, like no
It's
CGI.
Insane. And the mask,
Oh,
he's
the mask.
inhuman.
Yeah.
Like there's no
No, Ace Ventura is the best.
Ace Ventura.
Ace
incredible.
Ventura is so good.
I love that
Um,
movie.
But he,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's probably one of my favorite actors. But there's another movie that he's in that I can't remember now.
Truman Show.
Brokeback Mountain.
I think it might be Truman Show. Truman Show is also
Wow.
insane.
That's also really sad. I was gonna say that's a really sad movie.
I think the Truman Show, the thought of it's more sad than the actual like story.
Yeah, yeah.
I
yeah,
have a
yeah,
I have a horrible confession.
What?
I haven't actually watched the Truman Show yet.
Oh, you have to. You'd really
Yeah,
like it.
I
What?
know.
I swear you've talked
even
about it
heard
a
about the
lot.
Truman
I've
Show.
no, I haven't. I've never watched the Truman Show.
Oh, so the Truman Show, the whole premise of the Truman Show.
No, no, I know what the Truman Show is.
Yeah, I know,
about,
but
and
Bob
I've,
says he
like-
hasn't heard of it.
Oh,
Bob
oh,
says he hasn't heard of it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never heard.
The Truman Show, it's like this like dystopian era where it's based on a TV show, like a fictional TV show where it's all about this one guy, but everything about his life is controlled and is a movie set, and everything that happens to him is planned by the director, and like this, it's this massive TV show
But
that everyone
He doesn't
watches.
know. But he doesn't know.
And he doesn't know, and it's about him like kind of figuring it out and
Yeah.
then freaking out, and then
Yeah,
so on and
he's
so forth.
crazy.
It's
He's been-
really really good.
He's been raised from birth on like the movie set or the TV show set.
Mhm.
Dude,
And he's like
nice.
in the movie he's like middle aged.
He's not
It's
middle
really
aged,
really
but
good.
oh,
It's really interesting.
but like, yeah.
But it's really interesting because it plays on like everyone's fear of like, is this whole thing a simulation?
Joe,
Yeah.
are you an
I
actor?
was thinking that today.
That's for me to know and you to not know.
Actually, we're all actors. We all act like we're fine, but deep down we're.
Pain.
Only
Bob
Pain.
really had to hit us with that sad boy hours.
One movie that I watched
Champagne.
recently that is very very underrated is called The Devil All the Time.
Oh
on
yeah,
Netflix.
that was
It's incredible. It's got Tom Holland in, which I didn't realize
amazing
until
cast.
Robert
until,
Pattinson
like,
is
a
too,
little
right?
while. Yeah.
Bill Skarsgård, Robert Pattinson.
Well, I can show you.
Bill
Oh,
Tom
Skarsgård's
Holland.
acting in that
Bill
was amazing.
Skarsgård.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah, those are the only ones who I.
oh, there's
No.
a really sad movie called Your Name, and it's animated.
Oh, I've seen it on Netflix, and I remember seeing a trailer for it when I was going to watch another film, and I was like, "Yo,
Beautiful.
this looks really good," and then I never watched it.
Fair enough. So
I
guys,
think that
Oh.
for me, anything Japanese related is very emotional. Or like it looks very nice, so it makes me
Oh, I
feel
get
very
you, I get you.
comfortable. Sorry, I had to cut you off there.
No, you're good. I was just thinking of dumb stuff that I can't say. I think my favorite TV show, just for general watching, is probably Sherlock.
Oh,
amazing. I think
With-
that's a good segue. We should just now talk about TV shows. I think.
Let's
Uh,
because we haven't
Yeah.
done so.
think
Thank
this
you, thank you
is
for
a
bringing
good
that
trigger
up,
thing.
Alexa.
Yeah.
But the like, I think one of the most important things for something like either like TV shows or movies is the casting. For me, it's
Yeah.
casting and sound design. If a movie is poorly cast, no, genuinely, if a movie is poorly cast,
sound
it's
technician.
like so obvious. But if a movie isn't well, if the sound isn't good, no one notices. But if it's like, that's what makes a good movie good. Do you know what I mean?
What about the sound though?
Yeah.
Question. I feel like maybe I don't agree with you per se, because I feel like it's extremely arbitrary to have say like, what's a good cast. I think it
Mm,
relies on the director.
no, you can definitely
No,
tell when it's a good cast. For example, if you look at like Game of Thrones, which obviously one of the best shows of all time, minus the final season,
Yeah.
the casting of that show was so on point. Because they took all
You
these
can say this-
actors who have like not much experience being like top of the line production in not much experience in top of the line productions, like smaller actors who have never acted or anything, and put them into these roles that fit them perfectly. And then as they grew up, they continued to just fit that role.
Yeah. You could say, I'd say another good example would be something like, even though it's not a TV show, like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like every like single one of them, like they were like, it's because like you sort of forget they were like casted as kids.
Yeah, but that's the
And
thing, is because they were so young when they were there. I feel like the character was made for them by the end. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like shout out to I want to give it like shout out to Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. Like
Yo, Hugh
don't-
Jackman, if you're watching,
Yeah,
tweet
if
at
you're
us.
watching this.
You can come on the podcast. That's all
Yeah.
good.
I will give you my dog.
We
I
know you're an
literally-
avid fan of the show.
Everyone
I
go
will
show
give you
Hugh
my
Jackman
dog.
my man some love. He's a really good actor. Just in case you haven't heard of him before, really great. You should go follow him on Twitter, on Instagram.
I don't know about
If you
that, but
haven't heard of him.
I'm definitely tweeting at him. I'm tweeting at him right now to come on the podcast.
Oh Lord.
To be
Have you been
honest, the
just
whole
tweeting this whole time?
MCU is very, very well structured in terms of like the cast. I don't for me there was
No,
this
that's true.
one specific TV series. It's like it's a very weird name. It's called Warrior Nun. At first, the story
Oh.
it's a good story, right? It's basically like there's like
Follows a nun who's a
halo?
warrior.
thanks, Joe.
No
It's,
worries, man.
What would we do
actually, yeah,
without
it is
you?
a nun who's a warrior.
What is it?
It's just like a lineage of nuns that
Oh,
have
warriors.
like this halo that they carry on their back, but then there's like a chosen. Like it's supposed to be chosen, but then there's this random girl that walks past and the halo slaps onto her back, and then she gains this power, right? And then all these demons are trying to like get the halo to go back to hell. But the story's great. I explained it probably really badly, but the story's great. Everyone's great, but the cast is shit.
Oh,
It's
see, that's
bad.
what I
It's
mean.
so
Like,
bad.
It's you can't think of like that's your impression
But,
is
like-
that, oh, that character is not that person is clearly not that
Cast-
actual
Because it
actress
just
is
fits like
not-
I saw it in another way. I saw it where like who's like someone else could have fit the role better.
The
Or
thing
like they
is,
could have done it better, you know.
casting is like one of those things where like if you do it wrong, as long as it's not like insanely bad, it's not going to be detrimental to the movie or TV show. But if you do it like perfectly, it's something that we're going to remember for, like that role is basically locked forever. Like with
Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
say
Like,
Iron
No,
Man.
but if you do it
Downey Jr.
really badly, I'll still remember it because it's so bad.
yeah, that's what I'm
Like-
saying. But it's
Yeah,
it's
but
one of
like-
those things. It's one of those things where it's like it's not like cinematography where you sit there and you go, oh my gosh, this is crazy cinematography. If a character is good for their role, you kind of don't notice it. So for example, the one in
Well, I
Queen's
mean-
Gambit, Queen's Gambit was really well cast.
hmm
Um,
The chess,
can't
the
remember
chess
her
TV
name.
show.
Anya
Yes.
Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
Oh,
the chess
Anya
girl.
the one with the
Taylor-Joy.
really wide eyes and the guy with the really
Anya,
big
Anya,
narrow
Anya
eyes.
Taylor,
yeah.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
What's the character called though?
Beth Harmon.
Wide eyes.
Beth Harmon. She's so perfectly well cast, but apparently she didn't even know anything about chess, which I thought was really interesting. But it's not even that; it's a lot of the supporting acts as well were also really well cast. Whereas sometimes that's one thing that really gets on my nerves is when there's a like the rest of the show is really well cast, but then there's like one secondary character who's just either poorly cast or just bad at acting because the director or the whoever's the casting manager just kind of went, oh, it's just a secondary role, it doesn't really matter. I hate that. It's the worst because then you start focusing on that secondary character and it's just do you know what I mean? Like there's no point in focusing on them other
I think
than that shit.
there's probably 2 roles that really stand out for me on like, oh no, maybe 3 roles that stand out on like some of the best casting I've ever seen. One's probably Iron Man,
Mm-hmm.
Robert Downey
Facts.
Jr. Second's probably Captain Jack Sparrow,
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
Okay,
Johnny
fair enough.
Depp, and the third's probably Lucifer, Morningstar from the TV show.
That's
'Cause-
really good.
He is
That's a really- yeah.
so good for that role.
Well fit.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
don't
those
like
are probably
That's
my
pretty
3.
interesting. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
Mm. You said 2,
Let's
but
see, like, I need to
I know
go
I
on
switched it to
Netflix.
3. Okay.
well, since we're talking about the best, why don't we talk about the worst?
Oh,
Scene, the worst
let's do
movies,
that.
worst.
Worst
Oh,
TV
whatever.
show, worst
Yo,
movie.
yo.
The
But,
Room.
okay, I was just about to say The Room, but the thing is, it's not even. I actually love it. Like, it's not.
That's hilarious.
I can't even call it the worst film because I get such joy out of watching it. Like
What's the film?
The Room.
Are you talking about
The Room.
Tommy
worst?
Tommy Wiseau.
Overrated.
We're talking about worst right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bob, you know what The Room is.
I've heard of Tommy Wiseau, but I've never heard of.
Next
It's
time I
always-
see
Oh,
you, next
with
time
The
I see you.
Room. I
Next
did
time
not.
Oh
I
my
see you-
God.
I did not hit her. It's not true.
wait,
it's
it's-
bullshit.
I just
did not
realized-
hit her. I
wait,
did not.
That's like,
Oh, hi,
Yo,
doggy.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
I just know. Do you know
Tearing
the
me
guy with
apart,
the
Lisa.
Hey, guys, let's all try and have one person talk at a time, please.
Yeah.
I just do you guys know the Disaster Artist? This is like
Yeah, that's
like,
the mo-
It's
yeah,
based on The Room.
yeah. I didn't realize that. That's
Dude,
crazy.
No, Bob. Next time I see you, we're watching The Room.
It's really funny.
It's
Didn't
beautiful.
PewDiePie do like a review on it?
Probably.
Did you
If he
review
does,
it?
I'm watching it.
Probably.
I'm gonna watch it.
He's a big
Probably.
fan of Tommy Wiseau. That's all I know. Like he, like as in like
no
of
one's
his bad
no,
acting.
no. No one's really a fan of Tommy Wiseau.
What?
No, like,
I
everyone-
am.
fan of
Everyone
his
just
bad
makes fun of
acting.
Tommy
No, no,
Wiseau.
no, 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 no. I am a fan.
You're a
I'm a-
hardcore fan.
No, I follow him on Instagram.
You follow him on Twitter.
Twi-
I think he's a bit of a sellout now.
How is he a seller?
He just posts random like, "Hey guys, this scarf 20% off from my followers."
Really?
Every day.
I didn't see
I
that.
use this to hit Lisa. I mean, I did not.
Dude, no. But like,
Gets
like,
hit with it.
what?
Gets
What's it called? Like not talking about films that are so bad that are good. Like it was like the worst film I've ever watched. I think it was a film I watched recently. It was a horror film called Come Play, and this came out like maybe 4 months ago. And the premise of the film is it's this like monster called Larry, and you can they can only see it through their iPad.
What?
You play with the cum.
What?
So like
Was like AR?
yeah, like no, there's like an app which is basically just like a camera, and like they're like holding their iPad and they're like, look, it's Larry, and it's
Just
Larry.
turn the iPad off. Why is it?
That's a
Oh, no,
joke.
it's
What the
not.
hell?
Cyberbullying.
It-
Larry gone.
no,
Oh shit! I just got cyberbullied.
yo, no. How is cyberbullying real, man? Just close your eyes.
Wow.
But I would say, okay, can I give an unpopular opinion?
We love unpopular opinions on this show, Joe.
Yeah, we really
Except
do.
yours.
For the most
Fucking
overrated
hate all
movie,
of your opinions.
I'm gonna say Harry Potter, because although Harry Potter's really good films, I don't think it deserves
Joe,
all the credit.
Joe,
They're
we said
good-
we said unpopular, not wrong.
no. No,
Why? Why
Listen.
do you think so?
because they're good films. I don't disagree with that. There's just so many better films. Like
No, I don't think anyone
understand-
considers. I don't think anyone considers Harry Potter as a very like as a critically acclaimed
I do.
Oscar kind of
I
You
mean,
know,
maybe
like-
it's not
Let me just
Oscar
search up
worthy.
How many awards?
It's not Oscar worthy.
I
No,
just-
It's just
Harry Potter
If-
films never won Oscars.
yeah, it's not Oscar worthy. It's just the fact that an entire generation grew up with that.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
the-
yeah.
That's the art behind it. I don't think it's
I don't
to do-
understand.
That's
all
that's
of
like
the-
a good movie franchise is like one where people have grown up watching the first movie and then followed the characters through
Yeah,
and watched
and-
them grow up in the
it's
film.
because it's like the way it's so geniusly set up. Because like obviously they're in school, so like let's say like you're the same age as like
which
Harry
we
Potter in
weren't.
like the first film. Like
I know we
you
weren't.
you are like growing up with those.
yeah,
characters
it
and, like,
ignites
watching their
one.
progression.
Yeah, it instigates wonder, and also it
And-
just resonates. I
yeah.
think with a lot of sort
And
of
none
people.
of the films and all the films were like as you like they weren't amazing.
Damn,
but they,
Oxley's
like, they
been
were,
taking notes from the beginning of the
He has.
podcast, really putting in.
Dude, I'm just
That shit
using big,
instigates
big
wonder.
words. I'm just using big words now
God
Okay.
damn.
at this point.
No, but like like all the films were like they weren't like amazing or anything, but they were all really good. So it's like it's not like with some other franchises where like it dies out after a while because
Yeah.
they get progressively worse. It's like
Yeah.
it was
It
constantly
stayed.
building.
It's but I think
Yeah.
that's it. It also had like really good source material to pull
Yeah.
from.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the movie itself isn't great. Do you know what I mean? Like I understand the story.
I'd say they're
The movie
great.
is gr- I'd say
I'd
it's-
they're
I think, yeah.
great. I wouldn't say they're like amazing. I'd say like I really like the
I
film.
think by
Wait,
the
this
end,
is
by
why
the
it's an
end, they
unpopular
definitely
opinion.
got much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the end, they got much better. But I fully disagree with all
Because
of
they just got more serious.
I think
No,
Joe.
I'm talking about like the quality of the film.
Because they got.
Like the.
But I think that's
can't remember
because not. But also the actors got older, so they probably got better at
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
No, but even just like like the
The beginning ones are
way it's set out, like
kids
like
movies
the
Yeah.
That's true. That is true.
because they were made.
No.
with-
Voldemort scared the shit out of me. When I was
No, no,
What,
no.
in the
So the
first
one-
one with the heads.
That's so true.
What's
the
his
one-
name? Nick-
Holy
what's his name?
fuck.
Nicholas
I
Flamel.
was not expecting
No, that's not
a
his
head to
name.
come out of that scar.
No, that's not Nicholas
Professor
Flamel.
Quirrell.
He was the
He's-
professor.
Yeah,
Professor.
Quirrell, yeah.
Professor
Professor-
Quirrell.
Sorry.
Yes.
Stop butchering me, dude.
I have all
Bro-
my Harry Potter
bro,
books.
You
like,
idiot!
You got an
Bro, I have
incorrect
all-
name.
I have all my Harry Potter
Fuck.
books like right here.
Whoa.
Yo, I actually do you know what I have?
A Harry Potter book.
a bunch of bottles.
I actually have I have all my Minecraft handbooks down here too.
Yes. I didn't know we were
buying
doing.
that.
I didn't know we were doing a show and tell. I didn't get ready.
I have all of them as well.
I have
If
my-
you really
Dude,
want to
Joe,
get
I
into
swear,
it.
I swear, I
having a
have all that as
series.
well. I need to find it.
I'm missing one. I have
So-
the
so the
Minecraft
redstone
building and the redstone.
didn't know
I'm
we were
missing
doing
one of
show
them.
and tell. I have an
inflatable Pikachu that I bought about 4 years ago.
I think I
I
remember
bought that
you buying
Pikachu
that
with
and
you.
then breaking
I
it.
have unequivocal dread.
You have the whole. You have the
You have
whole. Hello
what the
Kitty
fuck,
gang.
Connor? Since when
got
did
the
you get more
whole
than
set.
me?
He got the
Yo.
whole set.
Hey, we pulling out the Hello Kitty shit. Let's go.
I have a nice.
Yeah.
Pika
Connor,
Dad,
Connor,
Pika
next
Dad.
time we go out, can you like wear them all at the same time?
These are all at the same time.
Yeah, I know, but like next time we go out, like seriously, what like
Oh, yeah.
wear them
Se-
all out
seriously.
at the same
How
time?
Oh,
much
yeah.
did they cost?
How can you seriously
Like,
wear them? You'd be
no.
a fucking joke.
For the audio listeners, Connor is currently wearing 6
All of the
Hello
Hello
Kitty rings that are
Diamond
filled with drip.
encrusted.
Hey, we got 9 in this call.
8 carat, 8 carat, 8
Yo.
carat
Oh,
diamonds.
Aren't they,
nice.
aren't
I
they
forgot you had
watches
them.
as well on the inside?
Yeah, they are.
Wait, oh.
My guy, no, the
Wow.
rings are watches.
Yeah.
Actually,
I called
Come
dibs
on,
on the
man.
purple one.
One for every time zone.
How many times
You
was
got
on?
6
pretty
bitches.
sure there's more than 6 time zones.
Oh, the most important ones.
Okay, I'm
North
gonna say
England,
my
South
my worst.
England.
East
gonna say
England.
my
That was really, really bad.
Yeah, Bob.
There's 24 time zones.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Riverdale's the worst TV show.
Oh,
That's not an unpopular opinion.
Never watched it.
I'd agree
It's
with you there.
so
Riverdale
bad.
is doo-doo.
No, it's not an unpopular opinion. It's a popular opinion. I'm just gonna like this first season was really good in my
I
opinion,
like the first season.
but that was when
It
I
was
was
okay.
a kid. It was
Yeah.
okay. Like the plot was like, oh, like suddenly like, oh, it's like everyone, wow, like it's what the fuck's going on. And then the third season, and then the second season onwards, it's just a lot of like plays and like singing
Dungeons
then,
and Dragons shit. Like that's like
I don't understand. Like
When
I remember
did
there
that
was like
come
the
out?
Gargoyle King
I-
or something.
yeah, I
no,
remember-
no. So basically, the first season was
2017, 2018.
I don't think it matters. I
Yeah.
remember when it turned like supernatural, or what I heard it turned supernatural, and I was just like, nah, that show's gone to shit.
yeah,
Really?
yeah. It dragged along with Sabrina, the vampire
Witch.
thing.
Teenage
Yeah.
Witch, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the
Um,
other? What was the other film that was popular at the same time? Oh, sorry, not film, TV show. With
13 Reasons Why.
no.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
that was.
13 Reasons Why is a
No, with
Pretty-
No, only the first season is good.
Only
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first
with
season
Millie
was
Bobby
good. And then
Brown.
after
Stranger
guy got-
Things.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
that was
Stranger
it.
Things is good though.
Yeah.
Stranger
Like
Things
it.
is so good.
I couldn't get into it. I think I watched a couple episodes.
Me
I
neither. I
get
couldn't.
into it.
I didn't actually watch it.
Yeah, it
I
just
mess-
wa-
I-
didn't.
I
It
mess
just
with
wasn't
Stranger
interesting to me.
I think when the next season comes out, it's probably gonna be a bit boring for me, because the past 3 seasons they sort of just done the same thing, dealt with like
It
the
was
same
just-
sort of enemy.
Yeah.
It just was
Like-
boring. I didn't. I couldn't get into it.
Oh no.
13
I just think
Reasons
it's-
Why though. Let's talk about that. What did
Yeah,
everyone
that-
think?
that-
What did
No,
everyone
let's
think about
not
that
get
show?
into
That because
That-
when I think of
no,
13
no.
Reasons
I
Why,
think-
The
I
first
think
season,
about the broomstick.
the first
Yeah.
season of 13 Reasons Why, like I sat in my room for like an hour just like
I think they probably fuck that show.
no, but, like no, that show
Like,
traumatized
The
me. That
broomstick.
show really traumatized me.
The broomstick.
Funny story about that broomstick. One time, almost like a
Happened
couple of
to
weeks
you?
after that episode came out, me and my friend Emil were playing around after swim training, and he picked we were play fighting, and he picked up the plunger and like to hit me with it, and the top maybe 4 inches was brown and red, and we freaked out and ran away. So that happened. I never watched the thing, but that was a little scary.
Wait, what? That's just
Bit of an out of pocket comment there from Joe.
It
This
wasn't
is
at all.
weird.
It was exactly. It was on. It was topical. It was just.
I think
Rancid.
that
is so
that
scary.
I think 13 Reasons Why had a really powerful first season, which could have had a pretty big
Yeah.
impact
yeah.
on
The-
It should have
people's-
stopped
because
It
no
should have
one did it.
stopped
No
the
one-
first season.
no one ever did it after the like first season. That was crazy revolutionary. It just got repetitive after.
No
I think.
one did what.
No one did what?
Like I don't think any show tackled.
Oh, yeah.
like, this is my opinion,
Very-
tackled the subject
Oh yeah,
matter.
yeah.
very
Yeah,
few
Tackle
shows.
something matter
It like
Mm.
really
to
took
the-
it head on. It was really.
Yeah, it was intense. It was intense.
I did. No, I did not. Well, I mean, like it was very good, but like
Head on.
I wasn't. I didn't enjoy watching it, but it was very good. If that makes sense.
Mm.
Like
Yeah, I get you.
it was not like yo, this is like yo. I'm like yo, this is great. Like really, like I was just like
Yeah, it
was
doesn't
just
give you
me-
the hype.
It was just me
For
feeling
me,
really like
Like
bad.
the issue with these TV shows is that like when it gets to the point where it's really good, like
Mhm.
they don't know when to stop. So like let's say like it goes the same with the meme. Like if it goes really well and then someone just like overuses it and it doesn't get funny anymore.
Yeah.
It was
I
the
feel
same
like-
thing with the TV show. Like it just gets really well.
Yeah,
like,
fair.
Like,
They
13 Reasons
need to
Why.
have a planned ending. It's like The Walking Dead.
Exactly. Like you have to end it. You
It's like
can't
The
just
Walking Dead.
dragging it on because it's gonna get so bad.
I think the problem with me with
Yeah, fair enough.
a second season of 13 Reasons Why, although I've never watched it, I think it took the meaning out of it. Like the whole point of it,
Exactly.
spread awareness. And as soon as you make a second season, it's no longer about that. It's more about just making more episodes to make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
there
feel
was
like the
obviously-
first
there was obviously
season-
a lot of money in it. But
If
like,
they if they stuck with the first season, I feel like it would have touched us more. To be honest, I feel like
Should have
Exactly.
stopped. They
Because-
legit should have just.
it hit
And we
like
know-
that. Yeah.
We know Akshay loves it when shows touch him.
God.
Oh,
So I this was the opportunity. I just couldn't
I
miss
knew
it.
I knew it.
You mean entertainment, not just TV shows.
And,
yeah,
and
sorry.
with that, we've been going for just over an hour. Maybe we should stop.
wait.
That was a really
It's a weird game.
natural ending there, Joe.
If I was just, I think we just need it before that gets out of hand anymore.
Wait, no, I just want to ask, like, what is your like, what would you say is like your all-time favorite
Oh.
movie, like ever?
The one we made,
think.
Connor.
I'm not gonna touch that with a fucking 3-foot pole.
I don't think that's gonna touch you, Ryan. Yeah.
Probably gonna touch you.
Didn't touch me. It didn't.
Oh.
It's not going to touch you the way that I touched Connor. Sorry.
Guys, come on.
Yeah, that's what I did. Straight on to Connor.
I think this is why Joe wanted to end it before he got that comment out.
I feel like
Wait.
it's a like I think it's good that we're ending like.
He thinks he's funny with that one, doesn't he? Okay, Bob Lamb.
God.
Bob Lamb.
Bob, what's your favorite movie?
Favorite all-time movie
favorite
or
movie.
TV show?
Yeah.
All-time
Yeah.
favorite.
All time. It's really hard to say.
Mhm.
I mean, I have Transformers, even though it's made by like I never really said anything about Transformers, but it's very like I remember when I was a kid, the first one, oh, that's really hard to
I'm
say.
not gonna
Oh
lie, this
no,
was
wait,
not the
sorry.
answer I expected.
Okay,
Yeah, I
no,
didn't
no.
expect that.
Cars, Transformers, Dragon Ball. 3 different things. It's very, very, and
That's
I have to
thrown
go
me
in
off
depth.
completely.
Cars is
Didn't
the
expect
first
it.
movie I went to as a premiere movie. And then I also really liked Lightning McQueen, and
Ka-chow.
still to this day, I have a Lightning McQueen
Ka-chow.
bed sheet like today, right now.
Show
I
us.
have it
No,
on
you
my
can't,
bed.
you can't go
No.
wrong with Lightning McQueen.
Get in bed right now.
Exactly. Well, I can't bring my whole IMAX up here.
Yo.
I mean,
I
why
could
not?
if I wanted to, but I can't. I can't. I have to remove everything.
Yo.
But
Okay.
Cars is one of the things that stuck with me. Transformers is just because of Bumblebee, and I love Bumblebee.
Facts.
And still relevant today because there's a new Bumblebee movie, and it reminded me of Bumblebee. It's really cool. Blah blah blah. Like at that time, Transformers was the best action movie for me.
Ryan, do you want to say?
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
You sound like you've got something funny to say there.
I don't have anything funny to say. I'm
Yeah,
very.
it's pretty
I have
usual,
no,
that's what I thought.
I have no
Bruh.
humor.
Ryan, what's your favorite film?
I do apologize for
fuck.
interrupting that, Bob.
Don't worry about it. I'm actually done. Like so.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't really have a favorite film. I'm a pretty big fan of movies in general.
Wow.
As a general boy.
What would you say is your like top 3 then?
Connor, I don't know.
Like,
I
what's a
think-
movie-
Brokeback Mountain.
I think Up would probably be up there because
Oh, would it? Nice.
Oh, it would be
Hey.
up there.
that was unintentional. And
That
of
was
course,
great.
Nice.
of
That
course,
was
actually
great.
got that last. Up. I don't know any others. Come back to me, bro. I got no clue.
Bruh. I'd say. What is your
Well, I
favorite?
don't
Boy.
know. It's the same with Ryan. I like movies in general.
It's just hard to put like
It's really
numbers to
hard.
them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
fair,
if you showed me a
fair.
movie and you were like, "Is this good or not?" I'd be like, "Yeah, it's fucking good," or "No, it's dog shit." But I
Same.
wouldn't be able to like
Yeah.
properly like be like, "No, that's my favorite film of all time."
Yeah.
Okay, I get
Or
you.
like something
It's-
you can watch like non-stop.
It's a bit like
What's the
choose a movie that I like the most is probably one that I can replay. The replay value really
Yeah. So
matters
what
to
would
me.
that be? What would
Oh,
that
no.
be?
With me, it's like the impact it has on me. Like
Martian is a pretty good film. I quite like
Martian's
Martian.
The Martian is a pretty good film.
Did you just
Yeah.
say
Oh,
Oh,
really?
it was just like a little bit of a worse.
Wait.
I thought it was a little bit of a worse Interstellar. To be honest.
Oh my god, that's a
Interstellar's
good film.
good
That's
as
a
well.
good film. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's a good
Wait,
film.
did you think I was gonna say something like just completely absurd?
I have an Interstellar club.
You have everything in your car.
Yeah, Connor,
You have,
your
like, a-
room is like a car boot
You have the
sale.
whole Mongkok
No,
market in
it's
your
not.
room.
My room is very
You have like a
organized and
Liam
clean.
statue or something.
No, we've
don't
already
get
showed it
that
last
again.
podcast.
No,
You're not
don't,
getting it
Not a
out
don't.
again.
statue.
Don't get it
Connor,
out.
Connor, you
Nope,
don't
I-
have permission to get it out again.
I,
I feel like it's gonna sound like
to
really out
answer-
of context, like for anyone, to be honest.
now it's out
No,
of
Connor,
context.
don't get it out of the
Don't, Connor,
podcast
don't,
again.
please, Connor.
Connor, we've told you millions of times, man. Come on.
Connor, we've seen it once. We don't need to see it.
I can't help it.
Connor, what about you? Connor,
What?
favorite film?
I'd say Interstellar is probably up there because that film hit me. I was like, damn.
I'm gonna ask
And,
Joe, but
like-
I'm assuming he doesn't have one.
No, I
Wait,
do.
wait,
I've got 3.
Wait,
Oh,
no,
go
no,
for it.
I ain't done. I ain't
Wait,
done.
he's
Oh,
not
he's
done,
not
he's
done.
not
He's not done.
I ain't done. Also, Rango.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh.
He
That-
should have been done.
Johnny Depp is a
I should
chameleon.
have said. I should have moved on.
That film is a beautiful masterpiece.
Hey,
If
Connor,
you
what's
haven't
your-
watched that
what's-
film,
What's your
Please watch it.
bird's name?
Django?
Django, different
Mm.
movie, mate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
How
How
sorry.
about, I didn't know that.
You know when you first named it
That's
that,
also a good movie.
when you first named it that, all the way up until now, I've continued to think that it's like the bird.
Lizard.
No, I mean the lizard.
Bruh.
I understand like when I
Bruh.
take a minute to think about it, I'm like, no, it's about the Tarantino movie.
What
That's-
happens in
that's
the
where the
Tarantino
name-
movie again?
It's about the slave
about
who's
slavery,
freed
yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
it's about
yeah,
becomes
yeah,
a
yeah,
free
yeah,
man.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
I remember,
killing
yeah.
spree.
Mhm.
And then I'd say like my other film is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Yeah.
Boy with the striped
Right.
pajamas. Good movie.
Also
I haven't
never
seen that
seen that.
actually, but I've heard it's good.
I have never heard of that.
I
Hey
think I
Joe,
want to read the book
Mm.
first.
Joe,
Um,
what's your top 3?
My top 3 is Cat in the Hat,
I like that movie.
Life of Pi,
That's a good
Gravity.
movie.
I thought
Cat
Cat in
in
the
the
Hat was
Is
terrible.
Cat in the Hat your number one?
Cat in the Hat. No, Cat in the Hat. Cat in the Hat is my like family favorite movie. Like we watch it all the time.
Oh,
I think it's second only to The Grinch.
I think that explains
of
all
course, of
anybody
course.
needs
Yep.
to know about Joe's
Yep.
family.
You can all bugger off. And then
No,
I think you'll find it's mainly just my mum who dictates that. So let's not get too into
Oh,
that.
you're throwing your mom under the
hey,
bus. are you?
Zeus.
No, I'm
Hey,
just trying to
Zeus.
tell you
Dissing
not
your
to
family on the
not to
podcast.
rip into my mum.
Yo, everybody
that
PM
is
Joe's
funny.
family right now.
Yo,
I'm
you-
talking to you, like you.
Hey, let's fucking dox them right now on the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's fucking dog
Your
someone.
address.
Bro, let's do a
Hey.
diss track.
I'll do that at the end.
Just expose
Okay,
everything.
Oh yeah,
like,
Connor
I
could
think-
do that, I think.
I think we're gonna end it there. So I don't know
Yeah.
what you've learned from
We
this
didn't get
episode.
to
This is
we
just
didn't get to hear your.
I
No,
don't
we
have
didn't get
them.
to hear your.
I don't have
favorite
them.
one. What
I
you said?
will.
You
I
said
put-
come back to.
I put. Okay, fine. I'll pick 3 that aren't my favorites, but they're the top 3 I can think of right now. Up. I haven't watched it in fucking ages, but I remember it used to be a really good one that I liked. I'll actually put Good Will Hunting up there as well, which Connor talked about earlier because that's a good fucking film.
Oh no!
There's this
Go
one.
on.
There's this one movie called Catch Me If You Can. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's
Also
pretty.
good.
It's good, and The Martian. Those are the 4 I will say.
Wait, no. There's one.
Is it one of your
Movie
planning
that's
films?
set in New Zealand about an orphan. I can't remember what it's called, but it's about this orphan who gets adopted by this guy in like a farm in the middle of nowhere, and he's completely out of place. And he gets this dog.
Into the
Charlotte's Web.
into the to find
No,
the
no,
wilder,
no.
to find the wilder people.
Yes, it's like Hunt for the Wilder People. Or something
That
like
one, Hunt for the
It's
Wilder People. That's a
crazy
good fucking film. It's fucking fun. It's
It's
directed
so
by
good.
Taika Waititi, who also directed Thor
Really?
Ragnarok.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Thor
Not Guardians of the
Ragnarok.
Galaxy, yeah, Thor Ragnarok, sorry.
That was James Gunn.
Oh, yo, I
the
forgot.
Lorax.
Have any of you watched Swiss Army Man?
No.
Oh yeah, that was
No,
that
I
was
don't
that
think
was
I want
weird.
to.
No.
I mean, no, we're
It's-
getting too off
No,
track.
can I just
think
explain
we're
it very briefly? I need to shout this movie out to the entire like podcast audience. Where Daniel Radcliffe is a dead body. Like,
Oh, I've seen that before.
who is literally a Swiss Army knife.
no, like that's all I can say. It's this dude and Daniel Radcliffe, but Daniel Radcliffe's a dead body. And like
Who can do anything?
No,
like
no,
he
no,
can
no,
like.
no, 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 spoiler,
Sorry,
spoiler, spoiler,
sorry.
spoiler. but like the first half of the film is just this dude carrying around Daniel Radcliffe's dead body.
Yo,
through the
he's a
woods.
dead body, and if you pull his arm a specific way, a spork comes out of him.
I mean,
So you're gonna say
I
something else
mean,
comes out of him.
Okay.
Guys, we need to end this real
Okay,
quick.
we're gonna
yeah.
end it
Okay,
there.
last movies. Just okay. Two more.
Oh.
Two more movies.
Oh.
Okay,
Lorax.
Joker and Dark Knight. Joker, Dark Knight done.
Okay, they don't need any more explaining.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
They're pretty self-explanatory.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Super Informative Podcast. It's been a long one, but I hope you found it a little bit interesting. I'm aware you probably didn't learn much from this other than our fucking movie preferences.
Tell us what your favorite movie is.
Yeah, comment
the
down
comments.
below in whatever platform you're on. Go and stream it about 20 times on every single platform, along with our other episodes
And
if you haven't watched
I'll
them.
argue with you.
Yeah, and if you comment in the comments, we'll have an argument with you about anything.
Yeah. Yeah,
Man,
just write
no,
anything.
about
Anywhere else,
about
so you
anything
gotta
that isn't
really comment
gonna
in
get
the
us
comments.
cancelled.
Joe
Yeah.
Stuff is the
Hmm.
first one.
Specific,
Yeah.
you got to put that in there. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for watching. Have a great day or night, wherever you are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do I
Hey.
want to record?
Actually, go ahead, do this. Connor, do the song.
Okay. Oh, about Joe's family.
Yeah, do a
Oh,
diss
no.
track.
Yo.
Don't do any names though.
No,
Name drop.
okay, yo. No, I'm just gonna do a diss track on Joe.
No, just
Yo.
talk about cotton.
Yo, Joe, you suck because your head is so schmuck. I
Oh.
think that your face is big and you should go and you look like a twig.
Can I leave? Do I have to be here
Oh,
for this?
You have to be here.
And wait, sorry. Your head is large. I wish you were
Named Marge.
named Marge, like that lady in The Simpsons. You suck. I really don't like you. Ever since I've
Word.
been your friend, I've regretted it. You're a horrible human being.
You're not even
Yo.
arriving.
It's
at
not
it.
even a
Just
song.
giving
It's
it
just
to me.
attacking him now.
Just
Yep.
showing it to me.
Just so you guys
My-
know,
my-
I'm
my
currently
life-
I'm
My
currently
life is endless suffering.
I'm currently tweeting at Johnny Sins to come on the podcast.
Wait, come on the podcast or come on the podcast?
No, to have an appearance on the podcast, just to be clear.
What kind of appearance?
I was just about to ask that.
We're done. We're done. Bye.
Bye bye.
Here we go.